This is a tutorial video on how to complete a mail merge. This is how to complete a mail merge at Australian Hardware. We're going to be mail merging a letter, and we're also going to be mail merging an envelope. So first off, you need to understand some of the basics of a mail merge and some basics of what a mail merge is. So first off, I'll open up. To do a mail merge, you need to have essentially what is a database. Okay, you need to have some sort of database which lists contact information. Okay, in big business, in other businesses, this could be something that is, these could be hundreds and thousands of people long. Okay? It could be hundreds and thousands of people long. All right. And it makes creating letters and emails a lot easier and simpler. Within your database, you're going to have what's called fields. Okay? General fields are things like title, first name, last name, the street or the address, broken down into its individual pieces. Okay? And then things like job title, store name, store location. You can have any number of fields that you use as part of a merge. Okay, you have any number. There can be lots and lots and lots. You can also have lots and lots and lots of contacts. Okay, thousands of contacts. For this example, a letter and an envelope, we need to have the person's name broken down into its individual components. We need to have their street address, or where the letter is going to, broken down into its individual components. Their job title, the store in which they work at, and their store location. Okay. That is the fields, okay, the different fields that we need to have. Right? In order to do the mail merge for a letter, you need to have, of course, a drafted letter. If you do not know how to write a letter, please see the YouTube video, How to Write an Australian Hardware Letter. That will take you through the process of actually typing up this letter so that it matches the Australian Hardware style guide. Okay. All right. So at this point now, we've got our letter drafted. We know where all of these things are. We know that we want to put in the customer's details. We know that at the salutation, we want to put their title, their first name, their last name, okay, etc., etc. We know all of where we want to put these details. We're just going to start the mail merge, and we're going to tell Microsoft Word to merge this letter with this Excel document to produce 7 complete perfect letters. Okay, so first things first, we go to the mailings tab. We go to the mailings tab, and I'm going to use the mail merge wizard. Okay, step-by-step mail merge wizard. It's the easiest way to do this. Okay, the easiest way to do it. We start the mail merge wizard. It appears on the side here. It's a 6-step process. We select what type of document we're going to create. We're going to create a letter. Okay, that's easy. You can create emails, you can merge emails, envelopes, labels, or directories. We're going to do the envelope after we finish the letter. So we select the letter, and then we click Start a Document. So we can start from scratch. We could write a new document, okay, or we could use a template, or we could use the existing document, okay, or the current document, or an existing document. We're of course going to use the current document because we've already drafted our our letter. So use current document. If you haven't, or you've got another document outside that you want to use, you would use that. You would select creating. You start from the existing document and you would add it, or you'd start from a template. Okay, but we're just going to use this current document. Next, we need to select our recipients. Our recipients are the people who are in this database. They're these people. So we can use an existing list, we could use Outlook contacts, or we could create a new list. Okay, but we're going to use an existing list. So let's browse, and we're just going to add that list. Okay. So I've just added this list. When you add the list, it's going to ask you which sheet you want to use. Okay. And I'm going to just use that sheet. It'll also ask you if there's some people that you want to leave out. You could select them at this stage here. Okay, but obviously we want to send this to every single person. Okay, we're going to send this to every single person, so we just ensure that they're all selected. Okay. Alright, once we've selected our data source, we go to step 4, which is write your letter. So this is where we write our letter. So it says write your letter. We've already written our letter, which is fine. But this is where we insert our fields. Okay? Inserting the fields tells Word where to put certain information. So we know that we want to put the title here, but we have to put in a field note. Okay? So I'm just going to delete the word title, and I'm going to insert a merge field, and I'll put in the word title there. Now notice that it has some arrows either side. That tells you that it is a field. After each field, if you need a space, you have to make sure you put in the space. Next, we get rid of first name, and I'm going to put in the first name field, a space, and then the last name field. If you don't put a space, then Word won't put a space in between it, and these two fields will butt up against each other. There'll be no space in between them. You then do the same for the rest of your fields. Job title, job title, store manager, store name. I'm then going to put store location after that, because it would be Australian Hardware. When we want to portray this or show it, we want store name. So the store name is, in our database, you see that the store name is Australian Hardware, and then I'm going to put the store location afterwards. Store name, store location, because it would then say, when it prints it will say Australian Hardware Ipswich or Australian Hardware Mount Gravatt. Okay. Street number, space, street name, suburb, state, and then postcode. Okay. So now when we actually merge, because we've inserted them as merge fields, Word will know where to put all of the information. We've instructed Microsoft Word, I want you to merge this database, this information, into this location here. Okay? If we don't put it in as a merged field, it won't merge correctly. Okay? Attention, we want to put the title, first name, last name, so I'm just going to delete that and put it in title, space, first name, space, last name. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Dear, title, first name, last name, we can do that again. For a salutation, I might put dear, and then I might just put title and then their last name rather than first name, last name. Okay. So dear Mr. So who's that first one? Or dear Miss Kent. So rather than dear Miss Leanne Kent, I think that sounds a bit silly, considering we've already put title, first name, last name above that. All right. Okie dokie. There's no more instances where we need to merge the fields. Okay. There's no more instances where we need to merge the fields. Just something I've picked up on. We want to make sure that in our footer, sorry, this is just me being pedantic, making sure that our footer is correct. Oh, sorry. There's a part we need to merge in. We want to insert their name in the header. So we need to insert the merged fields again. So title, first name, last name. Okay, we want to put that in there as well. And just checking, my footer needs to be the same top and bottom for the first page and the second page, so I'll just copy and paste that down. That was something. Okay. So I can close that. So we've inserted in the inside address, we've put in the attention line, we've put in the salutation, and we've inserted the merge fields in the header. This is all as per the style guide. Okay. All right. We want to save this now as the master version. I'm just going to go File, Save As, Browse, and I'm going to save this to, just save it to my desktop as master letter. I'll save it again master, and I'll just put version 2. Okay, it's just going to be called version 2. should see that appear here. So saving that as master version 2, because the master version, when you create a master version, you want it to have the merge fields in it. You want the merge fields to be there. All right. Okay. We go to our next step now. Preview your letters. Now notice that when we go to the preview your letters section, recipient 5, automatically this information comes across and we can actually look at each of our letters. We can see each of them. We can flick through and have a look at all of them, and you notice that all that information from this database, all of this information from the database has now been turned into 7 separate letters. Okay? And same too, you can see that information is in the is in that header as well. All right. Last thing there, we complete the merge. Okay, we complete the merge. Now to submit this, normally if you were really doing this merge, you would then print it and mail them off, but for the purposes of this video we're going to select edit individual letters, all, and that will create a new document. It will create a new document, and in that will be all 7 letters. So this document has every letter. So Leanne Kent, Byron Ellis, Steve Duncan, it has all of the different letters. So now we save this file, save as, desktop. We're going to save this as merged letters. So we saved it as, so we had master letters. This one's going to be called merged letters. So when you submit any of your merged tasks, you always submit a master and the merged letter. So we'll just hit save on that one. You should be able to see that appear on the desktop, that we've got the master letter and we've also got the merged letter, the master and the merged letter. Okay. All right. At this point, we can close the master letter because that's all finished. I'm just going to hit don't save because I want it to stay the way it was before. Okay. Once we've done that, I'll just pull up the style guide to create a new document. We're going to now create the envelope. So we want to create the envelope with all of the contact details, with all of the address information, from our database. So rather than writing out the envelope, sitting there and handwriting out the envelopes, we're going to use the mail merge function again to create our envelopes. So we just go to, again, start mail merge, envelopes. Alright, for this task, the size of the envelope must be DL. So we select the size, envelope size DL. Okay. We're going to leave delivery address and return address. It's going to tell us where to put our information. We press OK. Alright. So we'll see here that there's actually, we can put in, it should be, there's a box here at the bottom. There should be another box. There we go. There's 2 sections there. We're going to put the return address and we're going to put the delivery address, okay, for this. Right. So, first up, we're going to put the return address, which is just the Australian hardware address. So I'll open up my letters again and I'll just get that address here. It's this address at the top here. I'm just going to copy and paste that. Control C. Okay, and I'll just paste that into the top there, making sure that we paste it as text only. Okay. Alright. So there's our return address. That goes in the top left-hand corner. Next, we're going to do the merge down here in this box. We're going to do the merge here. So we need to start. We're in the middle of the merge. We've started an envelope. We're going to use our merge wizard again. So use the merge wizard. We're going to create an envelope. We're going to use the current document, same as again. We're going to select the recipients. All of this is exactly the same as what we did before. Okay. All of this is exactly the same as what we did before. Okay. We then arrange your envelope. And all we do here is again insert the same merged fields that we did in our master letter for the inside address. So we insert the title, we then insert the first name, we then insert the last name. Enter on the next line. So job title, store manager, store name, store location,
if you get some of the basics in,
street number,
down pat,
street name,
20, good girl, Erica. Well done.
suburb,
20 millimetres in 2
state,
centimetres. Well done.
and postcode.
That was
Okay. It's at this point we save our envelope as our master. So save as, browse. I'm just going to save it again to the desktop. It's going to be called task 3 master envelope. Oops. Yeah, that'll do. Task 3 master envelope. So there that is there. Okay. We've put in those merge fields. Okay, that was through the merge fields, exactly like we did the inside address. We then preview our envelopes. We can flick through them. We can see all of their details. Okay. Notice that suburb and state must be in all capitals. All capitals. Okay. We then complete the merge, edit the individual envelopes, and this will create again another document which has all of our envelopes in it. You can see as I scroll through, all of those envelopes are there. This is now ready to put through the printer. We can put this through the printer, okay, and print out these addresses on the actual envelopes. So I'll save that as task 3. It won't be called master envelope though, it'll be called merged envelope because it's got the merged envelopes in it. And then I hit save, and you should be able to see on the desktop that for this task I have the master letter, the merged letter, the master envelope and the merged envelope. All 4 documents are ready for submission. Don't save. And that's how you do a mail merge for a letter and for envelopes.